Good morning everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so very much for watching and for supporting the channel and everything I do here. Now this is gonna be a bit of an extra video because I've just finished my trip with my little Symphony ST 200 up into the mountains. Now I know those two videos are pretty long, and I know a lot of people are not interested in watching an hour and a half of touring and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna dial it down a little bit in this video, and I want to answer the questions of people who are curious to see how the ST200 is on a long distance road trip, but don't have the time to watch an hour and a half of video. Because I know some of you really enjoy the touring videos, but also some of you don't really care for much scenery and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to answer a few questions here in this video. I'm gonna try to keep it short and give you all the information that you need. Well, considering it's the next day, today is Monday, I'm filming this on a Monday, so yesterday I came back from my trip, and you see me riding him to work. No, the engine did not explode. We did the trip without any kind of issue, any kind of problem. It worked perfectly and got me there and got me back in a decent amount of time. Now the fuel consumption was about 3 liters per 100 kilometers. On the plains I rode at about 80 to 90 kilometers an hour constant speed, and in the mountains somewhere between 60 and 80 kilometers an hour. It depended on the road and it depended how fast I could actually go. It's a pretty decent fuel consumption, and with this small fuel tank it still gives you a bit over 200 kilometers range. On my first tank I did 200 kilometers. On my second tank I filled up when we got home, we did almost 230 kilometers. For a little city scooter it's a decent amount of range. To be brutally honest, up in the mountains, in the switchbacks, it felt actually pretty awesome. Because of the 16-inch wheels, it gives you quite a lot of stability when you're in high-speed corners. So it felt pretty nice just chucking it from left to right on those long sweeping corners, and also pretty stable in the switchbacks. I really enjoyed it, and I was expecting for it to feel kind of like this, to feel pretty stable in the corners, but I wasn't expecting it to feel that good. I actually really enjoyed my time in the mountains with this scooter. Now I know some of you are worried that 12 horsepower is not enough to do mountain roads. But honestly, he felt just fine. It felt, yeah, you could maybe use a little bit of extra power to go even faster up the hills. But at no point did I feel like I was getting in the way of traffic. I was riding, keeping up with cars, and actually sometimes even overtaking cars. So 12 horsepower, at least this engine's power, even at higher altitudes. We got up to about 1,500 meters, so well above sea level. The engine's power was more than adequate, got me up all the hills, had enough power to have a lot of fun in the twisties. And if you're worried that taking such a scooter up into the mountains you won't handle the hills, well, you don't need to worry, because he can handle the hills without any sort of issue. Well, no, I had no problem with engine heat, because it's November, average temperature was about 10 degrees, so no matter how hard I rode him, the engine didn't overheat. Even though he's air cooled, people say that the liquid cooled 1 to 5 has better cooling. I don't contest that, but this one handled the mountain roads just fine. No overheating issues, no problems. No stuttering, no nothing. Well, now this is a good question. How comfortable was such a scooter on a long distance trip? Now, we did about 430 kilometers in 2 days. The first day was about 200 and a bit, and the second one was 230. Well, for a city scooter, he is very comfortable. Now, I say this for a city scooter. There are a lot of way more comfortable bikes or scooters out there. But considering what you would be expecting riding long distance on something this small, he was very comfortable. My only issue on the long distance trip was with legroom. If I want to do some really long distance trips like over 1,000 kilometers, I need to do something about legroom. I need to find a way to mount some highway pegs somewhere around here so I can stretch my legs out on the long distance trip, because it was a little bit tiring at some points. I had to stop, I had to get out after about an hour and a half. I had to take a break for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes to stretch my legs a little bit, because it is a little bit cramped. But the seat was very comfortable. I like the way it has a bit of a back support on this newer model. And honestly, for the 400 kilometers I did in 2 days, it wasn't an issue. The problem with the legroom is an issue if I want to take even longer trips and I want to do like 500, 600, 700 kilometers in a single day on him. He is very capable, he can do it no problem. I just need to find a way to get myself some extra legroom so I can stretch my legs out without having to stop every 1 hour, 1 hour and a half. So final conclusions. I really enjoyed this trip, and in case you're worried about taking such a little machine on such a long distance trip up through the mountains, don't be. They are more than capable of doing it. The power is more than adequate for the size of scooter. I had no issues with power, no issues with keeping up with traffic. The size of the wheels really helped out for high-speed stability. So when I was cruising at 80 to 90 kilometers an hour, it felt really stable, really confidence-inspiring. I had no problems passing trucks at high speed. Yeah, sure, you're light and you get moved around a little bit by the wind that the trucks make, but it's not an issue. It's not a hard stopping moment. It's not scary. Yeah, sure, why not? I really enjoyed how easy it is to ride such a little scooter on a long distance trip. With the Transalp, he's heavy, so when I have to stop, I have to park, I have to think about where I park him, I have to slow down gently because he's heavy. With this, it's child's play. Basically, you have a lot of fun on your road trip. Whether it's high-speed roads or low-speed roads, you can have a lot of fun on your road trip. The fuel consumption is very good, 3 liters per 100 kilometers. Considering the price of fuel these days, it's a very good fuel consumption. I couldn't make this trip cheaper even if I went by car. Even if I split the cost by car with another passenger, still would have costed more than it did with this. All in all, if you own something like this and you're too scared to take it on a long distance trip, don't be. Just pack your bags, get on him. You will have the time of your life, believe me. You will get there, you will get back. Just keep up with your maintenance, make sure he's running right, and he will take you wherever you want to go. Even off-roading, even mountain switchbacks, even tight mountain passes, even long distance straight flat roads through traffic. You will get there no problem. It was a wonderful experience having him 2 days up in the mountains. I'm definitely going to do it again because it was that much fun. And thank you all so very much for watching, for liking the videos, for subscribing. If you have any more questions about my trip, please drop them down in the comments below and I'll try to answer them. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care out there and ride safe. Goodbye.